I visited Likuni Hospital on the 20th of May 2021. This was just about a month when my dad had passed on. I was in Malawi to bury my dad. My dad was the first Vice President of the Republic of Malawi. While I was at the hospital, I was shown the different departments. I was shown the theater, which had 2 operating spaces, but they were only using one because the other wasn't well equipped. I was shown the drugstore, where all the drugs from the government were kept on one side and drugs from the well-wishers were kept on another side. I was also shown the private wing, where they would charge for their services and the money would go towards the free services on the other side of the hospital. Unfortunately, the private wing was quite empty. It's the hope of the hospital that this paying service would expand so that more money can come in the hospital and they can be self-sustaining. The part where there were free services was quite busy. So busy that they have building works next to it, expanding the maternity ward. I was also shown the HIV clinic, where the care for HIV mothers and children is provided. What touched me most about my visit was the intensive care unit for children. It's a small unit, about 6 beds. When I went into the unit, I found 2 boys, James and Patrick. They were just brought in that very same day. The children were hooked up to breathing machines called oxygen concentrators. Now, a year before, one of these concentrators was donated by the Knights of St. Columba, Council 584 in Liverpool. I spoke to the parents of the children. I encouraged them that they were in my thoughts and prayers. Later on, I presented 2 extra oxygen concentrators from Council 18 and Province 2 of the Knights of St. Columba. The next day, the day before I left Malawi to come back to England, I had to go back to see how the children were. So I did some shopping. I brought some fruits and drinks for the parents and the children and separated them in 2 bags and went to the hospital, to the intensive care unit. I entered the unit and I was met with a sight of 2 empty beds. My heart sank for the thought of what could have happened to the children. So I stepped out of the unit and started heading towards the nursing bay. In a distance, I could see a woman sitting on the floor. And as soon as she recognized me, her face lit up. This was James's mother. Both children were discharged from the intensive care unit into the care ward. The children were breathing on their own, making a really good recovery. The recovery of these children was a prayer answered, a prayer by the parents, myself, and the staff of Likuni Hospital. This prayer was answered through the well-wishers of Likuni Hospital, the Knights of St. Columba, who donated the oxygen concentrator machines. Being taken around Likuni Hospital, I was so impressed with the dedication of the staff working at the hospital. I was also moved with the aspirations of the hospital, how the hospital wants to improve, and the things which the hospital are putting in their prayers to be answered to facilitate the excellent service that the hospital can offer. It is my hope that you could be the answer to the prayers of Likuni Hospital.